What's going on, everybody? Ruskin here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are covering the top 5 complete wastes of money. That's right, the biggest wastes of money in Grand Theft Auto Online. And there are a lot of things that almost made this list, but I feel like it is compiled of just the worst of the worst of the worst. If you can think of anything I didn't put on this list, feel free to let me know. So coming in at number 5 is going to be the CEO-related warehouses, vehicle importing and exporting warehouses, and also the crate warehouses. You can own, I believe, 5 regular storage warehouses, crate warehouses, plus one of any of, I think there's maybe 5 different ones, but you can only own one of them on the import and export garages. Now the problem with these are that they cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to own, and then the product costs you tens of thousands of dollars every step of the way. So let's say you're doing vehicle importing and exporting. You're probably going to take $5,000 worth of damages that you're going to pay up front on the car. Then when you go to sell it, you're going to pay another $20,000 in upgrades, and then you're going to pay another $5,000 to $10,000 in damages. That's costing you money every step of the way. Plus, it's an initial investment from the very get-go. Let's say we're talking about the warehouses where you're just buying and storing crates. Well, the problem is those crates cost you about 18 grand per 3 crates at a time, which is the only way anybody ever does it. Why would you ever do it 1 at a time when you can do it 3 at a time? If you don't play with friends, you're almost guaranteed to miss out on at least one of those crates 70% of the time. And if something happens where they get blown up, you lose all your crates and all your 18 grand that you invested. But even if you get the crates, it still costs you 18 grand to get each set of 3 crates. And there's no guarantee when you sell that it'll be successful and you'll ever make any of that money back, which means this is a complete drain on your wallet. Now, coming in at our number 4 spot is actually going to be the VIP Yacht, or CEO Yacht if you want to call it that. The reason I call it VIP Yacht is because back when it came out, this was a really popular attraction, not just because it looks cool and because it is cool and luxurious, and it's an extra place to live and it comes with a helicopter, but the thing is, there were no such thing as CEO offices and CEO businesses. There was VIP work you could do in free roam with bodyguards, and it was only accessible by owning a yacht. So people would buy a yacht so that they could turn themselves into a VIP and their friends into bodyguards and have access to free mode missions instead of having to wait through loading screens to go do contact missions or heists. At that point, this was a worthwhile investment. Now the problem is, we're not at that point anymore. We're at the point where you already probably have a CEO office, and if you don't, you should. A CEO office is better than a yacht 10 times over. If you have a CEO office, it means the yacht is now utterly worthless because you don't need it to access the VIP work. You just have to be a CEO. So really, I mean, yeah, if you've got tens of millions of dollars to just blow on a yacht, hey, it's luxurious and it's cool looking and you get a free helicopter with it, but free place to drink, you know, it's got a bar in it, and I guess you can change your clothes inside of it, but for 10 to 20 million dollars that people spend on these yachts, it's really not worth it to me. So that's why it's coming in at number 4 on our list, the VIP yachts. Now, coming in at number 3 on our list is actually going to be sports cars, and really not even sports cars, but supercars, and really not even supercars, but DLC cars. Have you guys ever noticed that in Grand Theft Auto Online, DLC is completely free? All their updates are completely free, but yet they make billions and billions and billions of dollars in real-life revenue. You ever wonder how they do that? They do that because people buy shark cards, and people buy shark cards to buy all the new cars that come out every single month in Grand Theft Auto Online. That's why there's new cars in Grand Theft Auto Online every single month. The fact is, they're doing it to drain your wallet. And by you buying these, you're letting them drain your wallet. The reason I'm showing you the gameplay that I am, which really isn't gameplay, right? because I don't have gameplay of me driving a supercar, because I don't own a supercar. Now, actually, I do own a Zentorno. About a year and a half after the Zentorno came out, they finally had a sale where it was like 60% off. So I went and bought one. It's the only supercar that I own. It's the only supercar that I'll ever own. And really, it's just because I'm not interested in supercars. I don't like them. But the fact is, because I don't like them, it saves me hundreds upon hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. That money that I'm saving, you guys are probably all spending. What I would suggest you do is go to the Southern San Andreas Autos website and get you a realistic car, or get one, off the streets and make it your own. You don't need a fucking supercar, man. Fuck that. Number 3. Now, really, for our number 2 spot, while you've already got your phone out and you're looking on the websites, looking at the cars and seeing how much money it's drained out of your wallet, which you ought to be doing by now. If you aren't, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you, because I know you've spent millions and millions on it. But while you've got your phone out and while you're on the Grand Theft Auto internet, you might as well head over to the website where they've got all of the planes and helicopters and any of these that you might have bought that don't have rockets and missiles on them, or at least a machine gun on them. You've wasted your money, because all it is a really, really expensive, hundreds of $1,000,000 expensive toy that's just going to get shot out of the sky. And the same thing really applies to any of the Warstock cash and carry vehicles that are not armored. If it doesn't have rockets on it, it doesn't have a machine gun on it, it's utterly worthless. If you're going and buying buses, if you're buying ramp cars, if you're buying whatever stupid shit you might be buying, these are toys, and these toys cost millions of dollars a piece. Something like the ramp buggy costs like $4 million or $3 million or something, and it literally does nothing. It hits 30 cars and blows up, man. What the hell's wrong with you? Now, for our number 1 spot, I've chosen something that it's not exclusive to some people, and it's not really about making a purchase that you're aware of making. It's blowing up personal vehicles. If hey man, I know it's a really easy way to get a kill, and sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to defend yourself, but to be honest with you, I'd rather take a death than pay $30,000 or $40,000 for the car insurance for your brand new sports car that came out in the newest update or the newest DLC. Most people don't realize how much money they're actually spending, how much it's actually costing them to blow up personal vehicles. I can guarantee you, it's hugely expensive. I do a bounty hunting series on my channel, or I did, and I often still do bounty hunting even off camera, and in an hour of bounty hunting and going after people, if I'm blowing up personal vehicles, I probably spend $200,000, $300,000. That is going to be it for our list today. If you did like it, be sure and leave a like. If you liked the video and you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. It just makes the world's most amount of sense, doesn't it? But until my next video, I'll see you bye.